Hi, this is Regeline Sabat, also known as Gigi. You're listening to Walk With Me podcast. My guest today is Ragne Sinikas. Mrs. Ragne Sinikas is a seasoned entrepreneur. She's the founder of the World Women Conference and Awards, that's WWCA, SendHerDeals.com, Complex Holding, Starpreneurs TV, Untold Story Foundation, Changemakers Coach, public speaker, and philanthropist. Welcome to the show, Ragne.
Thank you, Regeline, for having me. It's a true honor to be with you. And I just want to tell you how amazing young entrepreneur you are. You are everywhere, and I see you everywhere. And obviously, all the services that you do to really serve others, you are amazing. Thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you, Ragne, and it's an honor to have you here today. I appreciate you. Now, can you start off by telling us about you and where you are from?
Well, I am from Estonia, which is previous Soviet Union country. Today, I have lived 8 years in Mexico, Los Cabos, and I could say that I'm a global citizen.
I love it. Now, tell us more about your company, World Women Conference and Awards, and your vision for it.
Well, the vision for it is to really empower women worldwide, bring together those leaders worldwide which have taken the courage to get together and really take their sleeves up and get to work and get it done, in a sense that we all know that sometimes we lack our voice, or even we are in a circumstances where we feel that we don't have any choice. And it's so easy to really feel that the circumstances that we are in are really defining who we are, how we live our lives, and all of that. So World Women Conference and Awards is to really find those heroes who do have the courage to step up, who want to really give the voice not only to themselves, but for those who do not have the voice and who do not have the choice. And we see so much of this happening in countries, especially the whole inspiration obviously is from Mexico, because there's so many wonderful women here, but not all of them have their voice, neither have their choice, not to mention human rights. So the all things started from there, and now the idea is to really get together those leaders that have the, let's say, the means, the vision to make the change and really step into their authentic power and change the ecosystems through that power. So and obviously, it's a conference which brings all those things, people together. Also, we want to recognize the heroes who are doing that work. So the awards is all about recognizing, starting from NGOs, government leaders, also obviously leadership in any areas or industries. But just to, if we come down to the core, it's me and you finding those people that they just step into their power, and they do it, and they don't do it because of recognition. They don't do it because other than just wanting to help someone and wanting to change someone else's life.
I love it. Very powerful. Now tell us more about Starpreneurs TV.
Oh, that's an interesting one. So if you are a coach, or if you are a speaker, or you are a author, and you really truly are struggling like most of the entrepreneurs at this point, that you see that your message, your voice doesn't go through anymore because there is so much noise going on. There's so much information there. Everybody start trying to compete, whether you are speaker or coach, for the same audience. Now, so what happens? The audience is overwhelmed, and there's like, okay, I'm going to close it because I don't know who to choose. And when we are confused, that means we are not going to choose anyone. So the Starpreneurs is really for those entrepreneurs that want to step into connected TV and really leverage on the power of TV without having the technological knowledge about how to do it, and not to mention the team that needs to help you to do it. So we really truly take that part away. So you just do what you know the best. It's really easy, and I think it's up to date. It has been something which when we talk about TV, it's something like, oh, this is the big where the big boys are playing, and that's not for me, and I don't have that budget that the corporations or enterprises have in order to be on that. But if we see the growth of connected TV platforms, and we are talking about Amazon, Amazon Fire, Roku. We're talking about Apple TV, and there's a lot of other platforms which are coming now, like mushrooms after rain, because there has been huge growth in that sector. What did we do, or what most of the people who were like, okay, I don't want to be in Facebook. I am tired of the content in YouTube, and I am not interested to be in Instagram scrolling all day with a small screen. No? So why the connected TV is so, let's say, so attractive is that now I can choose how I learn on a big screen. So basically, you are scrolling, but you're scrolling on a big TV, and you can choose. Okay, I want to see this or want to learn that today, and the way it sort of works is the same. Whether you subscribe the channel, whether you subscribe the coach or the content that you want, not that it's like overwhelming. And again, you can choose by categories if you don't have your preferred coach, let's say. So I would say it's a brilliant way to really leverage on TV, or the power of the TV, without having the technological knowledge, neither the budget of an big enterprise. So if you want to learn more, I made sure that I put on the website very detailed way, like how you can leverage. So just go to www.starpreneurs.tv, and I'm explaining there everything, how you can sign up and how you can become a star yourself.
Absolutely amazing. I love it. Now tell us more about your Dominate the Decade talk show.
Well, Dominate the Decade was born in March because we were seeing. I started to just receive calls. It's like, Ragne, what do you think? What should I do? And I have a lot of coaching clients on personal growth and leadership in Estonia, and they were like, "This is kidding. Like, what should we do?" So what I saw, the questions were like that there was a pattern which was repeating. And I said, oh my God, it's all about awareness. It's all about believing in yourself. It's all about overcoming your beliefs, which really put you in the mindset of a victim. And why I call it like this is because I saw so many people started to really get the idea that those circumstances are defining their life, the way that they do business, the way that they are as on professional levels, and they were so scared of the uncertainty that I was like, okay, let's do the following. I have huge, I'm very lucky and I'm very blessed because I have a huge group of especially women which are dedicated in order to really help you to go to the next level. I said, friends, let's do something. How can we help people to come out of this mindset? How can we help to overcome those beliefs? How we can insert that you are enough? How we can insert that you do have the power to change your life. It doesn't matter in which circumstances are you. So and that's why we started. It's just to that the people that have done it, and especially in entrepreneurship. So the first thing comes, which we don't have experience. It's like, okay, now it's over. I'm done. So what you need to do in that situation is, okay, I find a mentor or a coach who has surpassed those circumstances, let's say, and now you can drive again. Because not always, and none of us. I have 5 different coaches on different areas of my life, and without them, I don't know where I would have been today. I would be most probably as well like, it doesn't really matter if I wake up this morning or not, because everything is collapsing outside, and you know, the government doesn't help, and the boss is crazy and they don't want to pay me, and all of those things which you can find million excuses why not to wake up in the morning. But every day you have a choice. You have the choice to live the life that you really truly want. Are you willing to do it? That's the question.
Amen. Very powerful. Now, tell us more about how important it is to show up for yourself while we're on that topic about finding a mentor and a coach.
Well, if you don't show up for yourself, nobody else can help you. Really, like, it's as simple as it can. What the where it all comes from is from our, let's say, from the society and the values that we are receiving every day. So that really creates the most of the conflict in your mind, no? So it's like, I am successful only if I measure myself by those measurements. Okay, so need to be fit. I need to be the most beautiful. I need to be the most successful by measuring what is my net worth. I need to have this and that and this and that. And that's so hard, because you need, every morning you wake up and you're like, this is like eating the elephant in one piece, a lot to carry. So instead of waking up and say, oh my God, I am alive, I am breathing, I am moving, all my hands, my legs, I can stand up, I can walk, I can talk, I can eat. And we take it for granted. We take it for granted where we live. We take it for granted who are next to us. We take so many things for granted. And when you start to really, really tap into gratitude, things start to change. So by gratitude, you are showing up for yourself as well, because that's the connection, I think, which we are missing, because we don't show up when we don't feel worthy, when we don't feel that self belief and all of that. Like we don't really like the picture that we're seeing on the mirror in the morning. But then really ask, why do I feel that? Is it really my authentic feeling, or I don't like it because I'm not up to the expectations that other people put on me? And usually it is those other expectations, or the expectations which we put ourselves by thinking that we need to be validated by all of the people from outside, no?
That's right. Very inspiring. Thank you for sharing that with us, Ragne. Now, tell us more about your Untold Story Foundation.
Well, Untold Story Foundation was born because of a youth initiative which I started here in Los Cabos. We saw that there are so many people which want to learn and they want a better life, but for specific reasons, they are not able to get the access to opportunities. And what do I mean by that is that when I opened up a Coral Desk, which is a business center here in Los Cabos, that brings all the entrepreneurs together, I started to see that suddenly there were so many young people showing up in those networking events. And I was curious, and I went to ask, like, why are you here? And they're like, are you kidding me? We can never have that connection or even be in front of the business owners how we can do here. And I said, what do you mean? I said, even if we want to, for example, from employment point of view, even if we want to work for them, we can never pass the secretary. I go with my biography, and the secretary just does like that because she or he thinks that I want his job. So I never get to or through that filter. I said, okay. And then I asked, what else? How can we serve you better? Where do you need help? And the feedback was like a specific skill set, training. And I said, okay. So in short, what we started to do is I was able to bring different brilliant people, in a sense that Michelin star chefs, travel bloggers, lawyers. So they were talking about what it really means. For example, we always think that, or before the COVID, we thought that the travel blogger was like, everybody wants to be that because you can travel and stay in beautiful places and everything is paid, and it's like a dream job, no? And then when the guy, which actually has done it for years as a profession, came in front of them and said, you know what, okay, this is the surface of it. Let me now tell you how much work does it really take in order to have that. So he went through the process, and everybody, it's like, if 95% were raising their hands that, yeah, they want to do it as a profession in the beginning, then there was like 10% after he really truly went through the whole process, which still said like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do whatever it takes now. And so we were able to really open up those doors for the youth, which wanted to change, had the drive, and wanted to also learn, and they were coachable, no? And then something funny happened, in a sense that that also those people were like, okay, we can also mentor those youngsters, no? So they started to mentor, and what ended up happening was that a lot of them were also hired. So we were able to really build the bridge from where there was a need on both sides, and we met the need. So it was just it was truly magical. And I said, okay, if we can do it, and we see if we for example, we take Africa, a big continent, no? So if we can add just 1% of the girls and women which are not hired at this point, when we teach them something very specific, a specific skill set, whether it's handcraft or whatever it is, let's say. And when we are able to put them together with the companies that can hire them or pay them salaries, we are able to really change the whole ecosystems, and how much this can really impact even the economical growth of any country. The same potential Mexico has it. All the African countries has it. Not to mention, let's say, it's more modest in Europe, or it's more modest in United States, because there are support systems and there are more options, let's say, available. But when you see those countries, which there's on government level, there's so much work that can be done, and that's why the Untold story comes into play. So we want to do the small part which I started with this youth initiative, and really give the impact which if you who you are watching, if me, we just take one person today, we give them the opportunity, we train them, they can, you will coach them or mentor them, and by that they can change their life by having employment, by having maybe access to investment. You have changed one person's life, maybe the whole family's life. But can you imagine? I don't even know how many people are watching. Maybe we are 10, maybe we are 100, maybe are 1,000. If we take this decision today, all of us, to take one person, that can be 100, 1,000, whatever the number is, we have changed just by taking this decision. And I'm I don't believe that we can fix those things only with money or giving the money to foundation. Is it important? Yes. But instead of giving the let's say the fish, we need to teach our girls and women how to use the equipment and go and fishing. So because that is sustainable, and sustainability is going to be the key to success in this matter.
Amen. Very inspiring. Thank you for sharing that as well. Now, Ragne, tell us more about the major challenge that you had to overcome in your life, such as domestic violence. I know you shared your story for the first time on our global virtual panel of domestic violence survivors. But for the audience that's listening now, can you tell them more about how you overcame that major challenge?
It's interesting situation in a sense, as I told you as well. I didn't understand at that time that it was a domestic violence to start with, no. So because I was like, okay, like I thought that jealousy is normal, and I thought that when the guy is jealous, he loves me more, or I'm something more special because my guy is jealous, and he just wants to keep me all to himself, no. But now, by again, why is it so important to raise awareness on it is the following. Because as I was totally unaware of what was going on with my life, and that's why I understand perfectly the people that are going through it, and they even go back, not one or two or maybe 9 times before they really are in a situation that, okay, I think that now went overboard because I almost got killed. But I think there's so many people which are not only physical violence, but whether it's financial, whether it's mental. I think the mental violence is so much harder because then you literally lose yourself, and when you lose yourself, you are not able to do business, you're not able to drive any other areas. So if you are not whole, it doesn't matter what type of violence it is. So how to heal that? First, awareness that you are in that situation, and really understanding what happened to you, and not just putting your emotions somewhere down there, but really going through that. Okay, how did I feel? How has this affected now my life afterwards? Like, am I avoiding some situations maybe in my life? How many traumatic things I went through because of the same things, because I was so like it's like magnet, the certainty or the things which we know, they are like magnets. Even if we try to change, and the change is so uncomfortable, we just want to go back to the comfort zone. So really, really awareness, and then it can be so different. That the healing can be so different to to different people. But I think if you start to pay attention to your emotional intelligence, if you really have that surrounding, and for me, I think the most what has helped me is journaling, because really able to put out there my really true emotions. Sometimes even talking to someone, it's hard, because it's like still you think that, oh, what will they think about me if I talk like this, or like you can't be really authentic. So journaling, meditation, and the best thing to go through, and what I really truly learned from there, if you are under stress, or if you think or feel that I'm going to explode now, I put my sneakers on and I'm going to walk, or I'm going to run, because what that shifts, it shifts the hormone in your brain. So instead of blowing up with cortisol, you are replacing them with endorphin, and it's the total game changer. That's why I start my mornings at 5 a.m. First thing I do, I don't touch my phones. I don't touch anything which can take my mind to anything else. I just put my sneakers on and I do high intensity training, at least 20 minutes. So that puts me in a good mood, and then I can start to come back on my, let's say, other rituals. So then I make sure that I take every time at least 20 minutes for meditation or journaling, always writing down the 5 things which I want to accomplish this day. And in the evenings, I write down the 3 things that I was truly grateful for. So it's those routines and those seemingly small things help you to really understand where you are in life and where you want to go and what do you want to stand for the rest of your life. And always take time to learn something. Even if you learn or read one chapter of a book per day, or if you listen to a podcast, for example, every day, you learn something. But it needs to be, you need to have consistently this going on. If you don't have it, it's so easy to go with this. You go home, you put the TV, and there is like, negative, negative, or everything is bad, everything is collapsing. And you're like, what's going to happen? Oh, tomorrow I'm not going to have even this income, even if it's like already 50% cut. Like all of that, don't feed the same thing. That look what you're feeding your body, the same you need to keep in mind with your mind. Like what is the source of information that you're putting into? Is it doesn't have to be all positive in a sense that unrealistic, but start to really choose who do you listen, what do you read, and ask every time, what did I learn from it? And if you didn't, then next time just discard the source.
Amen. Thank you for giving others hope in regards to domestic violence, and that there is they're able to walk into their purpose after it happens. So thank you. And also for raising awareness in regards to the fact that it's not just physical, there are other aspects. And I agree with you in regards to the mental aspect being very tough as well. So I appreciate that. Now, Ragne, what is your why in regards to how you keep going and that keeps you going?
People, I love people, and I think there is no other feeling in the world when you really truly feel under your skin that you have been able to, even if it's just the drop or just a little stone in the it's like the best feeling. And I always tell to my coaching clients, like when we start the process, and I have a 15 week process that I go through with them. And the last time that we get together before they sort of fly them, it's so inspiring, and to really see the change and how proud they are of themselves. And it's like having kids. All my son does it for me as well. I'm like every morning I wake up and I said, really, I'm truly blessed to have him in my life, because is it doesn't matter. He's so positive. I don't know how he keeps up. He's the happiest kid in the world, and he comes to you, and he always knows when I'm feeling little down, and he's coming like, Mom, you know what? Never give up. And then you're like, oh my God, you're 8. So he always has the correct thing, what to say and when to say it. And my wife, for sure, are the people that I have surrounded myself with, and that is a conscious choice today. It wasn't before, but for sure it's a conscious choice today, and really truly see them uplifted, empowered, and if I can be just small part of their journey, this is my why. That's my purpose.
I love it. Now, tell us more about some of the projects that you're currently working on.
Well, for World Women Conference and Awards, the 2021, that's going to be very exciting. We are going to launch our project, which is the Wealthy Women Summit. Yes, I know a lot of you are thinking this, and I have to admit that the wealthy is something which is somehow overused, but we wanna actually address very specific topics with that, and we wanna really discuss the different types of wealth, which in our mind we have 8 types of wealth, and we want to talk about them, and we want to really again raise awareness of where in which area you have the blocks which really hold you back in order to deliver your life purpose, in order to really build the legacy that you want to stand for the rest of your life. And that's, I think, the most incredible part, which is follows. I hope that in May we're able to have our very first physical event also in Estonia, the 19th to the 22nd of May, so everybody can get to know Tallinn and Estonia, where I'm from. And then also in the end of October, we want to have a live event here in Los Cabos. So we wanna introduce the culture, Mexican culture, and also show the innovative ways how despite of the limiting beliefs, and especially which are even created by the culture, when women really get together, what the power is and what they can really achieve. And there's a lot of other projects, in a sense that I always choose the fields which I see that I can give back. So whether it's green energy, whether it's the book project which we just finished, it's always serving someone in a way that whether it's on sustainability, whether it's serving others in order to share my knowledge. So it's all about, it has to have this social entrepreneurship touch into it. So yeah, and let's say from women empowerment, the other passion is really seeing how we can also from environmental base give back. And I'm collaborating with one of the Estonian companies which have their new innovative technology in order to clean the heavy fuel oils, doing it very, very efficiently, and most importantly in a eco-friendly way. So I think it's a true innovative way to take care of something which we know. For example, in Mexico, they just drop them in some places, and I think we even don't understand yet how big of an impact this waste is creating for our drinking water, for everything that we get in touch after that. So there's a lot of things that we need to accomplish, but those are like the innovation is being Estonian, coming from a country which have 1.3 million people. I always find or try to find the ways how we can innovate and how we can really make this world a better place. So everything that I do or I get myself involved has to have this social entrepreneurship touch.
Very powerful. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, Ragne, was there a time in your life where you experienced an aha moment?
Oh my God! As an entrepreneur, I think that's that. I could say maybe at least a week, because, as I said, I have now created routines for myself where I'm curious and I'm learning something new on a daily basis, and you can't imagine how much it really opens up on a topic which interests you. Also taking the time to get to know people, not waiting that the people are coming to you, but opening yourself up in order to connect with like-minded people or the people that have the same interests, and really finding those contacts. It's and every time I have to say that that's why I love the Dominate the Decade platform, because that gives me also the opportunity to get to know people, to get to know the new ways of thinking, the new ways of doing, the total disruption. And that's it has been a beautiful journey for me. So yeah, I do have the aha moments, I think once a week at least.
That seems like quite the journey. I love it. Now, tell us more about the upcoming global virtual panel breast cancer survivors event that you're going to be a part of. And I am truly honored to have you sponsoring that event. Thank you.
Thank you very much for asking it, and I think that that's the main reason why I am in front of you today, because unfortunately, every single thing which we go through in our lives, having so much stress, we this disease is so nasty in a sense that all those bad emotions, all that negative energy, it builds up, and this in some cases you end up having this. We are in a situation today that even in our close proximity, I have 3 very courageous women that are battling that fight, and my message is that no one fights alone. So if you are really going through it, you need to join us on Friday morning, because Friday morning for the Americas and Latin America. And if you are watching from Europe, I know I saw that people are watching from Europe, but this is going to be Friday evening for you. So you need to understand, once again, we go back. In order to empower, we need to have the awareness. In order to empower in that, we also need to have the access to education for prevention, education how to deal with it, education what are we going to do in the aftermath of all of that. And from my point of view, as now being so close to the people, and again, women, no, they're not they're not even concerned about themselves. They're like, what's going to happen with my kids? What's going to happen with my husband? What's going to happen with my business? Like, can you understand where you stand? now it's the truly now is the time that you need to put yourself first. You need to put the mask first to yourself in order to help others. So I think there's a lot of learnings and a lot of sharing, and that's why we need to talk about it. So really, sometimes, for example, a person who goes through that in Mexico does not have maybe the possibility to access the resources which are available in the United States, Canada, Europe. So we want to create also okay, if you need something, then the first thing that you need to do is ask for help and not be feeling that, oh, how I'm going to do that. And no, that's not the time. Like, you need to fight for your life. And if there is anything that we can do to leverage on our network, to leverage on the knowledge that is in the network, to leverage on everything, you need to show up there. You need to hear, you need to also comment, share your feelings, your fears, everything. So it's hard to do. Yes, it is. But are you going to benefit from it? Yes. I'm 100% sure. And one point to touch is also, we always focus on a person who goes through that. And what happens with the kids, and what happens with husbands, what happens with parents. This is something that is not dealt with. So we really truly need to also talk about, okay, how kids are dealing with it. You if you have it, try to be so strong for the kids, but and the kids obviously as well, like, okay, let's say mom has it, we need to support mom and all of that. So what we are teaching with that, okay, you need to be strong again, mindset, but not really having the connection and going through the emotion. And what we are teaching is to pile up on those emotions. And again, what that creates is another disease, which is going to blow up maybe 20, maybe 30 years later. If we are able to help the kids, the husbands at that point, say it is okay to feel everything that you are feeling, whether it's fear, whether it's anger, whether it's whatever it is, you need to go through those emotions, not hide them. And again, I think awareness that the you can go through. But and there are so many people that are going through that at this moment. So you really can tap into the network that is doing it and support each other. So I think the name of the game is really truly supporting each other, that nobody, whether it's the person who's battling it or supporting that person, fights that fight alone.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to reserve your seat today because we are almost sold out for our global virtual panel of breast cancer survivors event. That's this Friday at 10 a.m. So reserve your seat today on Eventbrite and make sure to mark yourself going on Facebook, the event Facebook page. Now, Ragne, what is your best advice to the audience for walking with purpose and living a life of happiness?
The power of now. Don't live in the past, and don't live in the future. Have the gratitude for every single breath that you're taking, and really see the bright side of even if the situation you're like, and never ask, I promised myself after this year, I will never ask myself, can it get any worse? Yes, it can. So like, reverse the questions that you are asking, okay? Start to ask how this can get better. Because the way that you talk, the way that you think, you attract all of that. and again, stop living in the past and in the future, and really truly tap into now.
Amen. Very powerful. Ragne, thank you so much for being a guest on Walk With Me podcast. I appreciate you. Now, where can the audience find you?
Well, I am omnipresent in every single social media. So whether you are a LinkedIn user, whether you're watching it now in Facebook or Instagram, you can find me in any of those platforms. And if you want to write to me, you can connect with me and send me an email to info@worldwomenconference.com.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to check out Ragne at her website, worldwomanconferenceandawards.com. Well, worldwomanconference.com. And Ragne, thank you so much again for being a guest on Walk With Me podcast. I appreciate you.
Regeline, I just I wanna celebrate you, and I wanna take this moment of whoever you showed up today, because in front of you you have an incredible young woman who, if you know her story, the strength and the persistency and everything that she has gone through and where she is today, inspiring, motivating all of us. Wow. I am so blessed to call you as my friend, and I'm so blessed to this journey together with you. So at your service whenever you need, and you need to reach out to her, because she's an incredible person.
Thank you. Thank you, Ragne. As you see, I'm getting emotional here. So I truly appreciate you and for your kind words. It means the world to me. Thank you. And have a blessed day, my friend. It's been an honor having you here today. Thank you.
Beautiful. We see on Friday. Show up.
See you